Okay, as I highlighted to you, this is a very important question. So I've actually started by the side because in quadratic word problem, they like to ask those related to rates, related to speed. All right. So in the event they don't have any diagram, I've actually summarized everything into a simple line graph. You can also see by the side, I'm going to make use of the formula, the triangle formula for distance, speed, and time, which I explained to you all before. So in this question, actually the distance is given. The speed is given from P to Q as well as from Q to P. But the only thing that was missing was the time duration for each part of the journey. So what I did is using the information, I went to find the time duration for each part of the journey using whatever information was given. Then, more importantly, the time taken was 15 minutes lesser. So take note, between the two fractions, there is a bigger fraction, there is a smaller fraction. Like what you share with me, the easy way to find out whether which fraction is bigger is to substitute a simple value. So what was the simple value that we wanted to substitute? So after that, I formed the equation using the bigger fraction to minus off the smaller fraction. We were aware that the time difference was actually 15 minutes. But strange, why didn't I write 15? Why did I write 15 over 60? Because it's in terms of hours. Alright? So our job is to reduce this particular fractional equation into the form that is provided in the question. In order for us to simplify, I want a single fraction on each side of the equal sign. So on the left hand side, I change it to common denominator. Okay, on the right hand side, I'm very aware that 15 over 60 can be reduced to lowest term using fraction. I would like to reduce to lowest term. Why don't I keep the number big? I want to minimize any possible error. When the numbers are smaller, I will make unnecessary careless mistakes. Okay, the moment I simplify and I have a single fraction on each side, I can do my cross multiplication. Why? Because I do not like to deal with fraction. And please check, so long the equation is consistent with the one that is given in the question, they say show, I have show it, so remember to put in bracket, show. So after you have shown, or be even if you cannot show, please remember to use the quadratic equation given in the question to solve and give your answer to 2 decimal places. But 4 dp before that, before you estimate. So let's do that now. Okay, now that you are already very familiar with the formula, actually no need to write the quadratic formula anymore. You can straight away input it to the respective A, B, C. Okay, remember to input the value underneath the square root term, simplify it, then you can use your calculator to double check. Okay, because this is not the final answer, instead of giving me 3 decimal place, giving me 2 decimal place, I give 4 decimal place before I round off to 2 decimal place. Alright, after I round off to 2 decimal place, remember to underline the 2 final answer. Okay, we have discussed, cannot be there are 2 answers to this question. So we need to go back to the original part. What does X represent? At the very start, you know that X represents the speed. Alright, so if X represents the speed, it cannot be a negative value. So in this case, I will have to choose the one with the positive value. So let X be equal to 126.1620. And what do they want to find? They want to find the time duration taken for the return journey. Remember, for the return journey, it's actually 600 divided by X plus 7. Use the new value of X we have just found and input into the calculator. So now, you need to put it into the equation 600 divided by the new value of X plus 7 for the return journey. Press the calculator, but remember, your answers must be converted to minutes and seconds, which I'm going to show using the calculator in a short while. Once we press the calculator, you realize it will be 4.5057 hours. Yes, you can write this down first, but the question specifically for it to write in minutes and seconds. There is a shortcut button. So take note, I can use this button on my right hand corner that says DMS, minutes and second. So with the answer that I've input in the calculator, I just need to use the second shift function button. You will see clearly 4 hours, 30 minutes and 20.844 seconds. So in this case, I'll round off 4 hours, 30 minutes and 21 seconds. So this is how I write it down. Okay, I'm also going to show you separately. If let's say I have the number, but I did not input, this is what I need to do. So if you want to know 4.5057 is actually equivalent to how many hours, minutes, and seconds, you need to input into the calculator first. So press the equal button. Then after that, use the same thing, shift function of the DMS, you'll still get 4 hours, 30 minutes, and 20 seconds. So because we need to round off, but this is a contextual question, I need to finish the journey, the return journey from actually Q to P. If I round off to just 30 minutes, I will not have reached Q yet. So in fact, you cannot round down. In such question, when you deal with timing, take note, you will need to round up. You cannot just round off. You need to round up, even though the number is small. Okay? So this will be the final answer.